Are you facing difficulty with your sentence correction? You have been practicing, and you have already practiced maybe thousands of questions, and your accuracy is varying around 30% to 90%. And after doing so much practice, even now when you practice sentence correction, you don't feel confident. In this video, I'll explain you one step. If you can follow that, you will feel confident about sentence correction in a week's time. Hi, my name is Mandeep. I'm a GMAT coach and founder of GMAT Mantra. Now, if you're starting for your journey of sentence correction, or you have been practicing regularly, the first step I want to tell, or I assume that you're aware of basic concepts of grammar. Now, here the biggest mistake that maximum students do is that they read the concepts. I get the students who are retakers because I'm a retaker specialist. So when I work with the retakers and I ask them, can you just explain me the basic rules? They say, oh, I need to revise them and then I can explain it. So I said, in the last 6 months, what were you doing? So they said, I was reading the concepts. So when you read the concepts, you will not be able to apply them. So first thing is, make sure you memorize the concepts. There is no shortcut to that. And when I say memorize the concepts, you should be in the position to teach those concepts to someone. If you're able to teach it, that means you have memorized. And if you're facing difficulty in explaining it to someone else, that means you have not memorized. So make sure you memorize the concepts. Okay, don't look out for any shortcuts at this stage. Because if you don't know the concept, if you don't know the ABC, you're bound to struggle. Okay. Now, when it comes down to solving the questions, we have to understand that there is a specific approach to solve sentence correction questions. So you know that there is a sentence and a part of the sentence is underlined, and then we have 5 choices. What maximum students do is that they start the sentence correction question by reading the sentence, and then they one by one read the options. Now, when you read the sentence, there are only 2 purposes. One, you want to understand the meaning of the sentence. Second, you want to figure out some grammatical error in the sentence. And maximum students don't understand the meaning, and as the question gets difficult, you don't get very common errors. So don't start the question by reading the sentence. Start by comparing the options. So when you compare the options, there will always be some difference among the choices. Now, the major problem here happens is that you see 2 differences. Let's say one difference is based on tenses and other is dependent on modifiers. So you have 2 errors, tenses and modifiers. So what happens, maximum students, they just keep jumping from one error to another error. They start with tenses, they face some difficulty, they come to modifier error. Then they start solving modifier error, they face some difficulty, switch to tenses error. So when you are switching between these 2 things, you're losing confidence. Second, you're losing time because we just have 2 minutes to solve this question. So when you're solving sentence correction question, start by comparing the options. And when you compare the options and you find one difference, let's say it's a difference of tenses. Let's say in 2 options we have past perfect tense, and remaining we have simple past and other tenses. So you start working and you go in the direction of tenses and you handle tenses till you're not able to eliminate the wrong options. So for example, it's past perfect tense. So you make sure you understand whether the usage of past perfect tense is correct or not. So if the usage of past perfect tense is correct, you can eliminate the 3 options which do not have past perfect tense. And if the usage of past perfect tense is wrong, eliminate the options which have past perfect tense. So the one thing that you need to understand is that when you start solving the sentence correction question and you take one error, go till end to handle that error. See, in GMAT sentence correction, we have limited number of errors. Okay, there are not unlimited errors. There are limited number of errors because there are around 8 or 9 topics, and from each topic there are 2-3 errors. So when you're practicing, and if you just take one error and you go till end, you don't leave the error in between, probably in 10-15 days you can master all the errors. And once you know how to handle one error, the next time you get the similar error, you will be able to solve the same question in a minute's time. Second, you will have the confidence to handle that error. But right now what happens, maximum students don't handle the errors. So you have to learn to go towards one error and make sure you solve it till end. Don't leave the error in between. Forget, okay, I will look for some easy error. Stop looking for one easy error. Whatever error you're getting, solve it. Because if you're solving official guide, in official guide, they have given almost all the errors tested in GMAT. So if you just invest time on each error, probably once you've done these 140 questions, you will be aware of each and every error tested in sentence correction. So try this and try to solve one error and go till end. Don't switch among the or between the errors. Thank you.